You don't mean what you just said, right?
I do. Well, Ethan is your son.
You know what Teresa's talking about?
No, I can actually speak for myself.
I don't understand any of this.
And I know this is really hard to take in, but you have to admit that you've always known it. Now, you said yourself that you felt this connection with him ever since you helped deliver him, and that bond is really strong.
It's always been there. I love him just as much as I love this new baby or Jane.
And he loves you. I mean, you saw how upset he got the minute he thought this new baby would take his place in your heart. I mean, Ethan, every little boy needs a strong male role model, and Lord knows Julian's never been involved in his upbringing.
It's not because he didn't want to be.
No,
Teresa.
now you know why. Just glad I got this out. I mean, I've wanted to talk to you about this for a really long time.
Teresa, we have talked about this.
You're not angry with me, right?
No. No, why should I be angry? Teresa, I've always been honored that you consider me a substitute father for little Ethan.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it. You sound like little Ethan. I will never desert him. Even though that I'm not his biological father, in a way, I'll always consider him my firstborn.
Well, you are a very generous man.
No, Ethan, you don't understand.
It has nothing to do with generosity. It's selfishness. I mean, every minute I spend with him is gold, and I get a kick out of it.
I appreciate you think that.
But you don't, honey, you don't have to worry. Even though he is not my biological son, I want to be a father figure to him in his life. I do.
Well, glad that's settled.
No, it's not settled. Look, okay. No, yes, I mean, I've always thought of you like a father to little Ethan, but I'm not saying...
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. He needs a dad, and Julian has seemingly lost interest in pursuing custody of him, so that leaves me. I'm the only one available, and I want it. I want to be the fatherly figure in that boy's life.
Could you just listen to me, what I was trying to say
Teresa,
before?
you've said enough already.
The monitors at the nurse's
What?
station show that we're having trouble with Mr. Winthrop's IV.
I'm fine. I feel fine.
You're overdoing it. You just regained consciousness. You need to rest.
You know what? The nurse is 100% right. You are so weak, Ethan. We don't want you to relapse, Teresa, right? We don't want to do anything to jeopardize his recovery.
Listen, what I was saying to you is that...
Whatever it is can wait.
No,
Teresa, he
it
needs
really
his
can't
sleep.
wait, thank you.
You know what? I'm going to feed this beautiful boy, and then you're both going to take a nap, and then when you're awake, you're well rested, you can spend more time with this wonderful little boy.
Is this the son you were telling Mr. Winthrop about?
Yes, that is my boy. That's the baby that she was talking about.
A beautiful boy.
Thank you. This is a boy who needs to be fed. Teresa, let's go.
You know what, actually, Ethan, that baby right there...
Teresa, we need to listen to the nurse. Ethan's had far too much excitement already, and, you know, giving him too much to think about right now might jeopardize his recovery.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous, isn't it?
It is. I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Well, somebody has to. Ethan, I know you better than anyone else on the planet. I can tell you are absolutely exhausted. You know? You need to get your rest so you can spend some time with this beautiful boy. You can really get to know his daddy. Don't you agree, Teresa?
You, definitely should get your rest.
I feel fine, but I'll rest.
Okay.
And we'll talk later, okay? I promise. Do me a favor. Reassure little Ethan that I love him very much. Will you do that for me?
Of course I will. Take care.
Well, I knew you'd see reason. You know now really is not the time.
Maybe not, Gwen, but I am going to tell him the truth. I'm going to tell him that we have a son together, and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop me.
No, you really shouldn't make these sweeping statements, because every time you do, I prove you wrong. Well, looks like I have the advantage now. I beat you to the punch, Teresa. Ethan has a son now. Our son.
Why'd you come back, Gwen? You weren't supposed to be able to get pregnant. You were barren.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Okay, don't go there. So how's this possible? 1, 2, 3, presto, and a baby appears? And a son, no less? Now, we both know how much Ethan always wanted to have a son.
Teresa, I don't know. It was a miracle. You know the doctors can't explain it, but suddenly I was pregnant.
Were you?
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't know, Gwen, every doctor, every specialist that you went to so that you couldn't get pregnant. And suddenly you show up with this beautiful little boy. So who does he belong to? Because I don't believe for 1 second that that's your child with Ethan.
God, you are so predictable. I mean, when things don't go your way, you immediately think someone's plotting against you.
Because you usually are, Gwen. So you and your mother, you came up with another way to come between Ethan and me. And you're using an innocent baby to do it. So let me guess. You rented the baby. No, you probably stole it, didn't you? I'm gonna get those DNA tests performed.
God, it is such a shame you never went to college. You know, because one of the benefits of higher education is learning to think ahead. I knew you would accuse me of some sort of nonsense like this, so I came prepared. Here. These are the DNA test results on my son. And you can compare them to anything you can find on Ethan. But you'll find they're a perfect match. There's no doubt that Ethan is the father of my son. Go ahead. Have them retested to your heart's content. I'll even help you swipe the inside of my baby's cheek. Ethan and I made this beautiful boy, and you are looking at the proof.
Well, you seem to forget that little Ethan is also Ethan's son. And Ethan loves me, Gwen. He always has.
Yeah, and how's he gonna feel when he finds out you've been lying to him for over a year?
I'll understand.
No, he won't. You've heard him say over and over again that there's nothing worse than a parent being kept from his child. You know that. You've heard him say it yourself.
Well, my mother and Whitney
What
both
do
seem to
they
think...
know? If I know anything, I know how Ethan thinks. I know he's going to be furious when he finds out you robbed him of years of being a real father to little Ethan. Oh, and let's not mention the fact that because of you, he missed the birth of our beautiful boy.
What?
You pushed me into a divorce, Teresa. Because of you, Ethan missed the precious moment of this baby boy coming into the world. And you know how much Ethan loves being there at important moments. And when Ethan finds out how you've deceived him, you know he's going to hate you. He's going to want to cut you out of his life for good. It's amazing, you know? As sick as he is still so handsome. You want to think about saying goodbye.
Why don't you just get away from me, Gwen? What if she's right? What if you do start to hate me? What if you can't forgive me and you want me out of your life forever?